Hello again, this is Dave, and this is part 3 of my Christian story. Why do I believe what I believe? Why do I continue to believe what I believe in having faith in Jesus and trusting Him since I was a child? Started off with part 1, where when I just got baptized and going through primary school, high school, and starting community college. Then part 2, I spoke about starting to work, finishing community college, starting to work, and getting the loan to start university. Then today, now is part 3. And part 3 has to do with while I was in university. So I mentioned in the last video that my mom got a job in America, in Atlanta, and that actually helped to take care of me going through university in terms of finances. So all I needed was to get the student loan for the first year. The other 3 years was taken care of, and God provided. So the scripture for today is from Hebrews 4, verse 15. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet was without sin. And verse 16, let us then approach the throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. So, while I was in university, the first year was a breeze. First year was really easy for me. Second year, some of it was easy, some of it wasn't so easy. I realized that I had trouble with what we call object-oriented programming. So I could program a little bit, but I wasn't good at segmenting the different parts of the program. I didn't really like it. I prefer just programming, just write the program however I want to write it. So things started to get a little bit difficult, but it was still relatively easy. Then I got to the third year. And to be honest, I thought there were like 3 or 4 courses that I don't know, to this day, I don't know how I passed them. But thank God I did. I had some good friends who really, really helped me out with some of these courses. There are one of them was numerical analysis, analyzing mathematics pretty much. Another one was JavaScript, that I was this close to failing the course. What I usually do, because I don't like exams, I don't like tests, I don't like studying for tests. I like coursework. So give me a lot of work, give me a lot of homework. I'll do all the homework, I'll do all the research. So that's that's my strong point. I always tend to do pretty well on the coursework stuff. So I always prepare myself during the coursework. And usually the coursework, the entire course, say it's 100. Sometimes 60% is coursework and 40% exam. Sometimes 50-50. It's different for each course. But what I normally do, I normally try to do really well in the coursework, so that when I go into the exam, if I don't do too well, all right, the coursework will help me out. That was my approach, right? Because sometimes I'm not good at remembering stuff, especially if I'm not interested in the course. What happened was, the Java course, long and short of the story, I didn't do too well in the coursework. So I went into the exam worrying that I'm going to fail. So what I did, I was really worried about not passing this course. So I went into the exam with a lot of scribbles in my hand. I pray to God, but that Lord help me to pass this course. But still, I made a lot of scribbles in my hand. I can't afford to fail this course. A lot of money was paid for this course. I can't afford to fail. A lot of scribbling in my hand. Going to the exam now. I think my friends remember this story very well. Start the exam, my head went blank. And I was like, whoa, I don't remember anything. So every now and again, I would just like peek in my hand and writing down stuff. Because seriously, my head just went blank in the exam. Writing down the stuff out of my hand. Saw the invigilator walking around, not paying him any mind. Just, see the people walking around. Then suddenly, one of the invigilators walked by me. Then gone again about his business. Then he came again. And then he stood, he kind of stooped down beside me. And he said, "Can I have a word with you, please?" So I was like, wow, this is it. All right. I'm done. I'm going to have to resit this exam. Guy called me in front of the bathroom. And he looked at me and said to me, "Why you guys think you have to cheat in the exams?" And I said, "I'm not even going to lie to you. I blanked out in the exam and I thought, and I just feel like I couldn't afford to fail this course. And this is one of the few courses that I felt like I'm going to fail. So I just wrote everything in my hand. Wrote all the stuff that I think I could manage to write in my hand. I wrote it in my hand. And that's just the truth. I just felt like I couldn't fail this course. And the guy looked at me and said, "I know your situation because I've been through a lot of exams. And you know what? I'm actually going to give you a chance. Go ahead and wash your hand. Wash out everything out of your hand." So I was like, whoa, seriously? And he said, "Hurry up, man. Hurry up and go and wash your hand." So I went there, washed my hand in the bathroom. And he looked at it and he said, no. Washed out clean. I don't want to see a spot there. And I washed again. No soap was there, so I had to be like, using the water alone to wash it out. And the guy said, "Please do not say this to anyone." You hear me now telling the world about this. And this was back in 2003, yeah? Third year of university. The guy said, "Please don't say this to anyone because his job might be in trouble as well. All right? Go back and do your exam." To this day, it was God who spoke to me, man. I went back and everything started coming back in my memory, and I started, I was like, whoa, I remember this, and I started writing down the stuff on the exam, and I ended up like passing it just by a little bit, something like, I think it was probably like a C or a C plus but C. It was definitely a C, right? Barely passed the course. And that is one of the biggest stories I have out of college, where, even when I think I was doing, when I was trying to help myself, God was there watching over me throughout that time, And I did not fail any course throughout my time in university. And yeah, God has been good to me since then. And I watched every step of the way that I take in life. I've seen where God has been walking with me step by step. And even when I do kind of stray away sometimes, He always bring me back on the road, yeah? So yeah, continue to trust God. He's watching over you too. Yeah. God bless you.